everyone, and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. So my microphone does work. I'm going to try to make sure it doesn't rub against my shirt. There was a little bit of the rubbing against the shirt yesterday, but I'm going to make sure it stays nice and elevated. See that beautiful shadow right there? Yeah, it's right there. Ah, nice and elevated. Okay, so let's get right to it. So in a mystery room, Franco is thrown somewhere and eventually wakes up. He's pretty beat up, and he kind of remembers how he got there-ish, that he was hit over the head, but he doesn't know where he is. Neither do I, but I feel like it's somewhere near the pier, kind of, but maybe totally not. He's probably in a catacomb. What am I talking about? So he finds a package, and he opens it, and there's a lamp, and I honestly have no idea what's going on in that scene, to be perfectly honest with you. At ice skating, Finn is surprising Hayden. He knows that she really wants to learn how to ice skate. It was on her bucket list, and he happens to know how to ice skate because he did hockey, and he wants to teach her. So we miss the lesson, unfortunately, because it sounded hilarious, but Hayden felt a lot, apparently, so... seriously, she needs to learn somewhere with rails. That is just a pond. You can't learn to ice skate on a pond. You need to hold yourself up. I mean, I ice skated once, which is an overstatement of the century, because I literally clung to the rail the whole time and went around once at 0.5 miles an hour. I probably would have been more ambitious, but I had a clogging thing 2 days later. I didn't want to fall and hurt myself. I used to clog dance, in case you don't know. It's kind of like tap, but awesomer. Just kidding. It's just louder. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But anyway, she's decided she's done now with ice skating. She sowed her oats. She's fine. At now Finn's apartment at the Metro Court, because he just lives there now. You know Carly, you can stay there for free. Doesn't matter if they leave the room one day. Carly just has, she just houses her friends. Good thing she has a hotel. That's why she has to have her friends. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so Finn and Hayden are back in his room, and Hayden sees Finn with his drugs. Maybe? Nope. It's a close call, though. She almost does. They toast to Roxy, who's napping, and I'm like, I want to be Roxy. I stay at 11:30 at night when I'm going to be going to sleep in 5 minutes. So she asks him if he's thinking of patenting his cure, and he thinks it could have a lot of positives, but he doesn't want big pharma to get it and jack up the price. And then he's like, oh, listen to me on my high horse, but it's a legitimate concern, and if he could keep it to the people who would do the good with it without trying to get the most money out of it, then maybe that'd be a good thing. Well, of course it'd be a good thing. Of course it'd be a good thing. I changed my mind. At Crimson, Nathan and Maxie come in. See, I stopped myself from saying so. And then I pointed it out and said the word anyway. Anyway, Nathan and Maxie come in, and he's going to tell Nina about Claudette. Nina left a to-do list for Maxie for the wedding issue, because the publisher wants it, as soon as possible. So Maxie's got to go through everything because she's, the best. And Nathan takes Nina aside, and Nathan and Nina are scheming. Well, it's Nathan's scheme. Nina's in on it. Maxie doesn't know what's happening, and then Nathan's like, you know what? I got to break some news to you about Claudette first before we talk about this secret wedding for Maxie. But we'll come back to that in a second. So at the Metro Court, Valentine, Dante, and Lulu kind of run into each other, and the Claudette is dead conversation comes up in 0.2 seconds. He's not surprised. He says, and they point that out, and he's like, I just grieve differently. I'm Valentine, and I grieve like nobody else. I just stand here and go. Lulu thinks Charlotte finding out she has a mother out there will make the news about Claudette easier. Valentine, not so much, and he says, absolutely not. Charlotte's not going to find out. And I'm like, do you have any plans for Charlotte to ever find out Lulu's your mother? Or no? Because probably no, right? Yeah, no. Valentine, I already said that. Valentine is absolutely adamant not to tell Charlotte, and Dante doesn't really back Lulu up in front of Valentine. And when Lulu confronts about him, he's like, well, I kind of think he's right a little bit. Now's not the time, but soon will be the time. Also at the Metro Court, Killen, aka Kiki and Dylan, tell him, abbreviating so I don't constantly have to write their names out. So they're having dinner or whatever meal. I don't know what time of day it is. Dylan is involved in the secret plan for Maxie, and they're going to go their separate ways because Kiki's going to head off to the hospital, and Dylan's got to go up to Crimson. Back at Crimson, Dylan comes in, and Maxie is, I don't think annoyed is the right word, but like just irked. She's irked. I think that's better. Nina, kind of stole her wedding day, and now she has to work on the wedding issue, and it's just, it's so much for her. Maxie is decided she's going to leave, and Dylan's like, no, you can't leave, because it's Dylan's job to keep Maxie preoccupied. Back in Nina's office, Nathan tells Nina about Claudette, and that Lulu and Dante are talking to Valentine, and he's not so sure that Claudette's death was a suicide. And Nina immediately makes a bunch of excuses why Claudette would kill herself. And I'm like, Nina, you knew Claudette less time than you know Valentine. Like, why do you feel like you need, like, you know these people and you need to defend everything? And, it's not exclusive to Nina. I think it's something we all kind of instinctively do, and that's something I learned, to take a step back and stop making excuses for everyone else, because it's like, you should never, I learned this from a show, I can't remember what it was, but you shouldn't claim to know somebody fully, because then if they do something, you're kind of like, you knew something, and I can't articulate, but I think you're getting the gist of what I'm saying. Anyway, Nina just puts me in these spirals where I want to talk about anything but Nina. And it's a shame, because like a few months ago, I really, really liked Nina. Anyway, so Nina makes the argument, and maybe I read too much into this, but this is what I was getting from it. Nina makes the argument that Claudette didn't have any men in her life, and she didn't have a child, so, what did she have to live for? And I'm like, well, if I'm remembering correctly, she was a skilled graphic designer and had a career before she got pulled into the land of Port Charles. But, if Nina was kind of making the argument that she alienated everybody, then I can kind of see where she's coming from. But on the surface, I was like, Anyway. Now she doesn't even believe that Valentine is dangerous, Nina, because Claudette's the one who was saying how dangerous Valentine is, and why is that the one thing Claudette didn't lie about? And I was like, really? So is Sam and Jason and Lulu and Dante and Nicholas, R.I.P., and Ava and Laura and Kevin, are they all lying about how dangerous Valentine is too? Really? Or did you just kind of forget that all of them say he's dangerous? Yeah? No? Okay. Or, the police, Interpol, Greece at one point. Just the last name Cassadine. I don't feel like you should be adamantly defending anyone with the last name Cassadine, because you don't know. We all defended Nicholas for years, and look what happened. Anyway, I digress again. What is happening to me? It's because it's the late hour. Anyway, so Nathan doesn't want Nina to get hurt, but Nina's happy, so she doesn't care. She's going to fall so hard, and we're all going to be there, and we're going to be like, ooh, I'm going to put my prediction for when I think Nina's going to fall really hard. That's what my prediction's going to be. If you want to predict that too, let me know. It could be any time in this little calendar. Anywho, let's move on. They decide to move on to Operation Maxie for now, because today is about Maxie, and that's what they're there for. And it's like with some stuff, nobody is one-dimensional. Everybody has more than one thing going on, so you shouldn't judge somebody based on one thing. So, I'm softening, I guess. Nina knows everything Maxie loves because she learned everything about, fashion in the magazine from Maxie. So she's really put together this, perfect wedding for Maxie. And Nathan thanks Nina for being there for him, and she's like, hey, I'm always going to be there for you. And I was like, oh, my heartstrings. My little cold heart has started beating again. Maxie, out in, her office, one of the tasks for her to do is to choose the dress to die for the magazine, which I think is just so perfect, how they basically had Maxie plan out the things she wanted without her knowing she was doing it. So, she's like, this is cruel. After my dress was ruined, I have to pick the perfect dress. And I'm like, oh, darling, you're going to be so happy in 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds. Sorry. Monday. So Maxie picks out the dress, and she's just, she loves it so much. And Nathan's like, hey, I got to go to work. And they agree to disagree. I don't know what they agree to disagree about. I think I just kind of wrote that. I have no idea what we're talking about. Oh, him and Nina agree to disagree. All right, whatever. Sorry, I confused myself. So after Nathan leaves, Nina may have taken more of what Nathan said to heart than we realize, but maybe. I'm just very maybe. Nina calls Valentine and asks if he wants her there when he tells Charlotte the news about Claudette. I'm like, look, Nina, I know you've like worked your way into their life here, but like, no. And even he's like, you know what? No, it's okay. It's okay. Maxie is still lamenting to Dylan. She's talking through weddings. You know, she's talking just about weddings in general and how, you know, the most important thing is getting married and not the material things. And it's so easy to get caught up in the material things. And that's something she noticed. Like, if she just got to marry Nathan now in jeans and a t-shirt, she would jump at the chance. And I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. And she wonders if she and Nathan will ever get the chance to be married again. And I'm like, oh, on Monday. So back at the Metro Court, Dante talks Lulu through this whole thing. She realizes telling Charlotte would now would be more for her than for Charlotte. And Nathan is in the Metro Court. Dante and Lulu, they're getting everything ready. Back at the skating rink, Valentine has sad news for Charlotte. He does. Don't you feel bad? Yeah. You know, that's even worse that he's doing it because he knows that Claudette's still out there because I don't think she's dead. At General Hospital, Alexis is in AA. It's been 24 hours since her last drink. She understands the one day at a time thing a lot more now because of how hard the last 24 hours have been. That's not even the right word for it. It's just been, you know, so much. So she doesn't know what brought her here or how it got to this. You know, she's successful, she's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's super in control of her life, and she does not understand what happened. She's lost herself to a man who turned her into a victim. She believed his lies. Then she pulls back and she's like, oh, I know I'm not supposed to blame others. So she comes back to herself. She's broken when it comes to men, and she just wanted her husband to love her. All these her words, by the way. I just feel like it was really important that you heard it like from her, you know. So she gradually started drinking more, and she's afraid she won't recognize herself anymore. And then she talks about the cookie incident. That should have stopped her. Nope. And that's what I said. So she's been watching my recaps, apparently. And then she did something horrific, and she doesn't know if she can live with it. And she says she hit someone with a car, and then something even worse. But she blacked out, so that's all iffy. And I don't know what the guy running the meeting, I don't know what he's called. He says she needs to forgive herself, and that was drunk her, and now she's sober and she needs to focus on that. So also at the hospital, Elizabeth comes in looking for Franco. He's not there, and he's missed appointments too. Kiki arrives. She and Elizabeth talk about Franco. Kiki wants him to go to the police, and Liz is like, what? You think you want him to turn himself in? What? And Kiki's like, no. Franco knows who the real killer is. He didn't tell you that? So Elizabeth's like, whoa. And Kiki says, yeah, Franco doesn't want to hurt this woman any more than he already has because he's hurt her family. And, you know, Kiki doesn't know who the killer is. And maybe Franco went on the run. Maybe that's not what, maybe that's why he's not answering. So they find out he wasn't arrested. They check, you know, the police and blotter or whatever. And Kiki tells her, you know, his face lit up when she told him that, you know, Elizabeth had stopped by and, you know, just what's going on here? The mystery deepens. And now end scene. Oh no, 1 second. Phone, what are you doing? See, it's my old phone. It's mad that I replaced it, you know, with the new phone. Okay, end scene. So Finn and Hayden kiss, and they're in it to win it, and I'm so happy because they're so happy, and they're kind of a breath of fresh air a little bit, you know. Valentine tells Charlotte about Claudette's death, and Charlotte, she takes it on in, and she's like, maybe Nina could be my new mom, and I'm like, so the girl's already looking for a new mom, you know, and I feel like Valentine doesn't give her enough credit. This is a girl who went through like 3 fathers in 1 week while knowing Valentine was her father. Like, come on, this girl can handle the Lulu news. I promise you, Valentine, she can. Nina comes out of her office. She's so emotional. What? Emotional. about the wedding dress Maxie picked out, and she's going to have it ready because, you know, the dresses were there waiting, and she knew that's the one Maxie would pick. Now Maxie has to go through the submissions for the vows, for the perfect vows, and it's a lot. It's a lot for her. And Nathan gets a call from Nina. The venue is ready, he says, and Nina could see how hard this has been on Maxie, and they're like, we need to get this going. She's not going to last much longer. So the Metro Court is gorgeous. There's like clear beading, and the seats that are set up, there's a lot of seats set up. They're all clear, and I think it's very, there's even like kind of a catwalk. I don't think that's the right word, but it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. If I can find, maybe I'll take a picture and I'll show you pictures on Monday. If there aren't pictures, there might be pictures online. You can look it up. So Alexis is really laying it all out there at AA, and the head guy says she needs a sponsor. And Kiki and Elizabeth try to figure out the Franco puzzle. All right, so Franco in his mystery room, he's like wrapped up in bubble wrap something, or like huffing bubble wrap. I have no idea what's happening, but he's wrapped in bubble wrap, so do what you will with that information. Elizabeth sees Alexis leaving AA, and she's starting to piece together the puzzle. And could Alexis have killed Tom Baker? Could she have? Well, she did, but how is Elizabeth coming to those conclusions? A little soap opera magic, maybe? Because I don't think I would piece that together if I was Elizabeth, you know? But in any event, maybe I would. I don't know, maybe I don't give any of us enough credit. In any event, thank you so much for watching today's recap. I hope you have a great weekend. Make sure you get in your guesses for when Nina will finally take the big fall when it comes to Valentine. When will that happen? I don't know. Oh, we have nothing for September. Want to add some September on there? But thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. I am going to ramble more if I don't stop this now. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. No, Monday's a holiday. 1 second. I think Monday's a holiday. Okay, I'll see you whenever General Hospital comes back. No. 1 second. I have a calendar here. I can check. So Monday is a holiday, but I have some predictions for today that I need to read out because I think some of them are pretty close. So let's get right to it. So Night Girl 54 said that Sam will be kidnapped. Well, Franco was kidnapped. So I'll give you the point for the blanket kidnapping. Point for Night Girl 54. And that also that Nathan and Maxie wedding would be today, which, I mean, close enough. If it happens it'll happen the next time. So we're looking at a possible point there, but I think you're going to wind up getting the point. And that a secret will be revealed. I don't know if any secrets were revealed today. Would you count the Claudette thing? I feel like they revealed it a few episodes ago. So we got a possible point there. I will mull it over in my brain. But yeah, congratulations, Night Girl 54. I'm giving you that point. And Rock Music, probably giving you that point too. Alright, I'll give you the point because it's so close. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of y'all. This is turning out into a wild success. So let's keep the momentum rolling. And I will see you the next time that General Hospital is on for more General Hospital. I'm ending it now. I promise. Have a great weekend. Bye.